All right, heading into this 9 o'clock hour. I think it's 9 o'clock. I've been going since early this morning. It is 9 o'clock indeed. Heading into this hour, we are going to start to see that precip taper off, and we should see a little bit of a lull in the activity. This isn't the main part of the system that we're expected to see. That's going to come later this afternoon in the form of rain, and the good news is it's looking like for, I would say, about 85% of us are expected to see rain as the temperatures increase heading into the afternoon. So here's a big look at that system that's expected to move through not only the Tennessee Valley, but Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, pretty much everywhere across the eastern side of the United States is going to be seeing some sort of form of this system, whether it be snow, freezing rain, sleet, and of course rain down south. Actually, a small severe weather threat down in South Alabama heading into Sunday. That's how complex this system is. It's bringing us a variety of weather. 24 degrees right now in Huntsville, 22 in Fayetteville. We're sitting at 21 in Florence, 23 in Russellville. Fort Payne and Albertville look to be the only areas that are right at or above freezing heading into this 9 o'clock hour. But we are still dealing with winter weather alerts in effect all across the Tennessee Valley. And it looks like this is going to be until 6 o'clock Sunday. So this began at midnight. And we'll see all of these winter weather alerts expire around 6 o'clock Sunday. That's when we're expecting all of the precipitation, regardless of what kind it is, to be out of the area. So ice storm warnings, that's probably where we're going to focus and hit the hardest on, because they are expected to see freezing rain accumulation throughout today and even into early hours of Sunday. So that's why we've got that ice storm warning in effect for Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin counties. The rest of us across the Tennessee Valley remain under a winter weather advisory, and then of course Giles County in southern middle Tennessee is under a winter storm warning. Now we're starting to see roads ice over a lot of areas across the Tennessee Valley, but we are expecting conditions to improve heading into the afternoon as our temperatures do rise above freezing. So I would probably say if you don't have to be out and about at all today, or really if you have to be out and about, I probably wouldn't do it until, I would say, maybe around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon, when we know for sure those temperatures are going to be rising above freezing. But we've got a messy situation all across the Tennessee Valley. You can check our road closures and any reports that we've got on FOX54.com. We've got an article going for that. People taking it nice and slow on the parkway this morning, so if you do have to be out and about, that's one good way to do it. I know they were salting the roadways yesterday, and it typically is the slower lane, so definitely want to pay attention to that, and of course take it nice and slow if you do have to be out and about. So that's Memorial Parkway, Governor's Drive. We're not seeing a whole lot of activity. The roadways look actually relatively dry on Governor's, but of course we could always be dealing with black ice. Now, our reporter Logan Alexandra Russell, she took some video really about 30 minutes ago in Providence. They're starting to see cars come to a halt because they're getting stuck from the icy roadways. So this is what we're going to continue to deal with in portions of the Tennessee Valley until we start to see those temperatures rise above freezing. So winter impact index today, I know we continuously show this, but it is a good gauge of how impactful this system is going to be heading into the next couple of days, whether it be any accumulation we see, the cold temperatures that we're expected to see. This takes everything into consideration that this weather system could impact your life with. So western side of the Tennessee Valley, which is to be expected, major impacts expected for today, and then as we move eastward, it becomes more minor and limited in nature, and this is just going to be because we'll start to see those rain showers move in, and then of course we've got freezing rain and frozen roadways on western side of the Tennessee Valley. So heading into about lunchtime, yeah, we're showing this on Futurecast, but you probably won't see it because not all of the precipitation that we're seeing at the moment is reaching the ground. But heading into the afternoon, that's when we're going to start to see that transition over into rain. So this is right around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Most areas above freezing, so expect to see a very, very cold rain, and that's just going to continue to soak us heading into later tonight and even into early Sunday morning. We could still see a little bit of rain move through, and then it becomes more widespread heading into the later half of Sunday afternoon and into the early portion of, the later half of the morning into the early portion of the afternoon. But by about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, that's when we're expecting all of this rain to be out of the Tennessee Valley. And temperatures for some of us will still be above freezing at that time. So this is right around 4 o'clock once again. But we're going to see those temperatures drop fast once this rain moves out and that cold air starts to move in. In fact, by midnight, we'll see 20 degrees in Huntsville. So it's going to be extremely cold. 15 in Pulaski, 16 in Florence, 20 down in Coleman, heading into 7 a.m. So this is when we would be getting ready to head out the door for work or school Monday morning. This is why we're already starting to get our school closures, which you can also see a list of on FOX54.com. We're going to keep that updated as we get more in if we do. Temperatures right around 7 a.m. in the teens all across the board, and we aren't expected to get above freezing at all on Monday. In fact, I think the highest temperature we get might be the mid-20s. Now, I don't think Pulaski's going to drop into the negatives, but they could very well be in the lower end of single digits heading into late Monday night, early Tuesday morning as well. But by Tuesday afternoon, that's when we're looking to finally make it above freezing for the most part across the Tennessee Valley. So for tomorrow, still expect to see impacts on the western side, mostly as we move eastward. It becomes more limited in nature. That's because we're going to see that secondary round of rain move through, and road temperatures are what we're going to be concerned with next once this rain moves out of the way, because those temperatures are going to drop rapidly. And heading into Sunday night, we're also going to see our road temperatures drop as well. And notice by early Monday morning, 23 is what the forecasted road temperature is expected to be in Huntsville. So any leftover residual precipitation that we've got on roadways across the Tennessee Valley will have a potential and probably will freeze over roadways, any type of bridges, overpasses, things like that. And probably will stay that way through a good duration of Monday, especially Monday morning. So very late Sunday night into early Monday morning is when we are expecting to see travel impacts from any residual precipitation. Now, heading into Monday afternoon, this is about lunchtime. It looks like road temperatures will become above freezing in some locations, but they're going to drop once again heading into the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock hours, and road temperatures will be back in the teens heading into early Tuesday morning. So winter impact index for Monday is limited all across the board, so we still could be dealing with some areas of patchy ice. And as expected, western side of the Tennessee Valley looking like they're still continuing to see the most accumulation out of this system. We could see a few areas glazed over here in the Huntsville metro, but it's more so focused on the higher elevated areas like Montesano. Even could see a little bit of snow accumulation on Montesano. Usually they do pull out a little bit anytime we have an event like this. But I want to show you how impactful this system is, because it's expected to bring extreme freezing rain accumulation to portions of northern Mississippi. That looks to be the area that's going to be hit the hardest with ice over the next couple of days. So snow accumulation, we're not really expected to see any at all here in the Tennessee Valley, but we could potentially see some as we get closer to the Alabama-Tennessee state line. Really, we're expected to just see rainfall out of this system. And like we mentioned earlier, I think the last hour we did our cut-in, portions of Kentucky expected to see 2 feet, maybe a little over of 2 feet of snow. So here's what the weather impact is heading into today and into tomorrow. This is kind of just to wrap everything up. A wintry mix is going to transition to mostly rain by the afternoon. So anytime after 12 is when we're expecting to see that changeover. And then the cold rain is going to continue until Sunday afternoon. And then late Sunday night, temperatures fall well below freezing into the 20s. Some of us could reach the upper teens. And then we stay below freezing until Tuesday afternoon. So we're really going to see those temperatures fall. In fact, some of us could be waking up to the single digits on Tuesday. We'll be back at the top hour, so 10 o'clock is when our next weather hit will be, and hopefully we'll have a better update on roadway situation.